For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. For all No Identity merchandise, hats, hoodies and t-shirts, follow the link in the description down below to the No Identity Fan Fibre website. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 19 of Season 4 here in the Career Mode RTG. There is not long to go now in the season whatsoever. We face Burnley, Swansea and then Liverpool in today's episode, with just unfortunately a 2-day gap between the Liverpool game and the Newcastle one as we head into tomorrow's episode. We've got Newcastle, Arsenal and Southampton, and then followed by Spurs and West Ham. So because of the situation in the table, Liverpool are actually not that high in the table right now, but Arsenal, Spurs and West Ham are all around us and challenging for the top 4 positions. We also have Everton at Manchester United and Chelsea there too. Manchester City are closing the gap but not quick enough. They're up to 8th now, so at least they've recovered their season. Liverpool still down in 14th, although they're not really threatened by relegation because, as you can see, they're a full 9 points clear of the drop. But Sunderland and West Brom in danger there at the bottom, but then Aston Villa, Liverpool probably far enough away now with 8 games to go that they won't be threatened by relegation. But we are currently 4 points off the top of the table. Tottenham have played an extra game now and sit there in second above us on 58 points. But for now, we are going to stay in third and hope that we can get a decent result against Burnley, who so far have won 1 of their 30 games in the Premier League. They've drawn 15, so they're drawing every other game on average, but so far this season, just the 1 victory. Let's try and avoid making that 2, shall we? Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on anything else. Click that little notification bell as well so you get an alert every single time a video goes live, so you definitely don't miss anything. Follow me on Twitter as well, link in the description down below. But as you can see, I'm going to need to swap out my team a little bit here to cope with the lack of fitness, and then we'll jump into the game away from home at Turf Moor. And then forward into Jedos. Alright, little back heel, there we go. And then into Joel Asoro. Back there to McLaren. McLaren into Lotta. Round the corner. And good save by Tom Heaton to keep us out. There's the first chance of the game. But unfortunately, it was a decent save by their keeper. Tom Heaton is a very capable goalkeeper, of course. Unfortunately, Murphy, they're not able to get his first touch under control. I am training his dribbling and his ball control at present, Murphy, to try and help improve his overall and just in general, help improve him as a player. He has really good short passing and stand tackling already. Both stats well over 75 now. So it's the other side of his game. He just, in general, ball control and his general touch that needs improving next. And that's what I'm working on. But I'm hoping that by the end of this, well, probably actually by the end of next season, that Murphy might have grown into a player that actually is giving me some concern with regards whether to pick him or not for the first team week in, week out. Jamie McLaren could get this back to Lotan. Oh, beautifully done and squared across. Should have scored there. Expert defending from Burnley. Ward has arrived at precisely the right moment to stop me from sweating them and getting myself a 1-0 lead. Roussillon inside here to Hernan, sorry. McLaren with a turn and Keane with a clearance. Nice tackle by Murphy and a good interception too. Very well done by the youngster. Asoro with the space to run into here, but not really too sure where to pass the ball. That's the problem. Murphy's there. Oh, I don't think I've ever shot with him. Oh, but he very nearly scored. Good save down low by Tom Heaton. Good turn by him there, actually. He's only got, like, dribbling of 55. But that was still a very good turn and a half-decent effort on goal as well. Burnley under the cosh here, but so far they look like they're going to be able to hold out for a draw. But there's still an hour's worth of football to play. And then out to Lotta. Play a 1-2 maybe. Oh, that's actually nicely done. The pass was meant for McLaren, but it went to Asoro, and surely he's going to just tuck this away. No, Ben Mee defending well. Burnley actually been pretty solid. Wow. They've been pretty solid at the back so far in this game. The only difference is that they have the odd mistake in them, like there. That's probably why they're near the bottom of the table. They defend resoundingly for a prolonged period of time, and then just end up needlessly giving the ball away and potentially conceding goals. But they've been pretty decent so far. You can see why they've drawn so many games, because they're pretty good at the back, which is surprising for a team that's bottom of the league, but clearly, considering they've drawn 15 of their 30 games so far and only won one of them, they're not very good at scoring goals and winning games. So, providing we can get one... I didn't think he was going to react for a minute. Providing we can get at least one, I'm pretty sure that we will win this game. Here's Agbo. Oh, he's turned well. And into Guillaume, to Goodmanson, to Vokes. The back heel to Defoe. Oh, trying to hold him off. He's turned well. Defoe draws a good save out of Cooper. Burnley nearly taking the lead there. Corners to come in from Goodmanson. Agbo's gone off and they've made a change. And Ulverstad has come on. It's Defoe again with that opportunity. But thankfully we're able to get it away. Burnley threatening to take the lead here in this game. And the presser isn't gone yet. Did that take a deflection or was it just that bad? It was just that bad, unfortunately, for Sam Vokes. I need to go and get myself the lead in this, don't I? Because Burnley actually look a little bit dangerous. This is good football. I just don't want to end up playing a pass too many. Right, let's try and use Asaurus pace here. No, never mind. Get it there to Murphy. Use a little bit of misdirection. That's worked well. Zedos. Oh, Tom Heaton. Piss off. He's just making save after save after save in this game. Zedos is up again. And this time, that's actually a very good header down into the ground. Finally, we've made the breakthrough. Tom Heaton has made, as we say, save after save. But that one... Great ball back in first time by Lotan, and he had to head that down low to ensure that Heaton didn't save it, and it's a great header. It's a brilliant header. We lead at Turf Moor by 1-0. Osorio on strike. Was that Ulverstad? I'm not sure who it was that had that shot. He hit it so quickly, his name didn't pop up above his head. Burnley have actually had more possession than me in this game to this point. 52%, as you could see there in the top left in the graphic, but... we have the crucial lead, which is the most important thing. I've made some changes. I've brought on Emre Moore for Joel Osoro, who actually was starting to tire. And I've changed both central midfielders as well. That pass was meant for Jamie McLaren, but never mind. So I've made changes to try and hold on to the lead. We'll have to wait and see if they work. Burnley made a couple of changes earlier on in the game to try and get themselves in front. And actually, since then, they've gone behind. So I'm not sure whether their changes are working, but... we'll wait and see whether mine do. Goodmanson back into the middle and Sam Vokes with the shot and Cooper's there with a save. They're a decent side, Burnley. This is definitely one of the more difficult games we've had to play recently. God, I don't even know what that was from Luke Berry. It's definitely not the easiest of games we've played recently. So you wonder if Burnley are playing... well, I guess that it kind of is the reason why they're where they are. Burnley playing this well but find themselves behind. That's why they're at the bottom of the table. I was going to say you wonder why they are where they are in the league if they're playing this well. But the result, so far, says exactly why they are where they are. Despite how fantastically well they're playing, they're about to go 2-0 down. I should have finished that first time around, but they have now gone 2-0 down. And that is game over. 10 minutes to go. 2-0 Cambridge United. Ben Mee. Cross there to George Boyd. Berry trying to close him down. Does well, actually, to win the ball back. Try and quickly get that into Emre Moore. It's who it was intended for, but you're not going to catch Emre here. He's got the pace to get away. Question is, does he have the finish on the end of it? The answer is yes. Cambridge 3, Burnley 0. This scoreline does not do Burnley's performance justice. They've been just as good as I have in the game. The only difference is that I've been able to put the ball in the back of the net and they haven't. We're going to get a sizable margin of victory here at Turf Moor, but Burnley don't deserve this. Final whistle's gone, unfortunately for Burnley. Try as they might, they weren't good enough here. They deserved something from it. I don't mind saying that. With a 3-0 victory, I don't mind saying that they actually deserved at least a point from that game. But we will take all three back down south with us. Apologies, Burnley, but that may... no, it's not them relegated yet, but it may have put... well, it has definitely put an extra nail in their coffin. We'll have a quick check of the bottom of the table just to see what their situation is. They were on 18 points, I think, weren't they? 15 draws, 15 wins, 15 draws and 1 win in 30 games. Make that 31 games. They are, to be fair, they're only 8 points from safety with 7 games to go. So if they can just start to win out of nowhere, then they will be all right. I fancy them... I don't know actually whether I fancy them to stay up or not, but if they can start putting some wins together, then they should stay up because they're good enough to, judging by that performance. But they've conceded 57 goals, which is clearly their weak spot. But we are a point clear of Spurs, 3 points clear of Arsenal, Everton, 4 points clear of Chelsea, 6 points clear of West Ham, with 7 games to go. I don't know where we'll end up this season. Absolutely no idea. Up next, in a week's time, is a game against Swansea. I can't reduce the wage budget. I'm in the Premier League. I had to sign players when I came up. It's not going to happen. Just leave me alone, board, will you? We'll have a quick train and then we'll go play Swansea. Cork, Montero and Tabanu tearing me apart down this left-hand side to start this game against Swansea off. Doing me any favours by playing the ball about rather nicely either. And jinking one way then the other. And thankfully Kieran Gibbs is there for the header, but it's only gone as far as Tabanu again. Who, again, is going one way then the other. Borja Bastone is so strong. And that's found Barrow, but the shot goes over the top of the bar. I don't know what it is about Swansea. Sometimes when I play them, I really struggle. And sometimes when I play them, I destroy them. I can't... There's no balance. There's just no balance whatsoever. We'll have to wait and see which one this is. Whether they destroy me or I destroy them. Antonio Navarrete started to come and then kind of backed away. But we'll get this to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I'll lay that in front of Kieran Gibbs. I don't think I've ever shot with Kieran Gibbs. To be fair, that wasn't far away. Maybe I'll give him another couple of opportunities if the chances arrive. Or maybe I won't feel like I have to avoid passing to him in certain situations. I can be confident enough that he might actually score me a goal. But never mind. Navarrete, I'll try Berber spin here. That's worked wonderfully. And... oh! That's so good. That's so good from Lino Navarrete. Cambridge 1, Swansea 0. He's 89 rated now, Lino Navarrete. And, well, you can see exactly why. A lovely Berber spin and then hits it first time right into the top corner. Sorry, Swansea. You're not good enough to cope with that. Tabanu. Good cross. Headed away by Jake Clark-Selter. Pizarro. Oh, it's blocked. No, don't drop to him. Borja Bastone is there. Oh, God. I wasn't sure whether I'd actually fouled him there or whether Watson was able to grab hold of the ball and Borja Bastone went over the goalkeeper. I thought for a moment I'd given away a penalty. Kyle Norton works that back inside to Jack Cork. And thankfully, danger is avoided for the time being. 25 minutes in. Cambridge United 1, Swansea 0. But we might be able to make it 2 here if I can find the right ball to Navarrete. And he's in behind. Lino Navarrete for his and our second. No, good save by Lucas Fabianski. Loftus-Cheek will keep that in though. It's a great ball over the top looking for Barrow. Jack Clark-Salter just isn't quick enough to get there. Modu Barrow can keep his run going here. Will you make up your mind which way you're going to go? Because I have absolutely no idea. Borja Bastone back to Barrow. Oh, thankfully he can't shoot. Is that going to be a throw-in? No, it is a goal kick, but only just. Paredes, nicely into Navarrete. Lozano's made the run. Play it away from the defender, Anthony Lozano. Oh, good save by Fabianski. I actually feel more comfortable in this game than I did against bottom of the table Burnley, to be honest. Montero knocks that back, and Paredes with a looping header, but that's comfortable for Fabianski as well. I feel more comfortable in this one, and I think we'll run out winners again, but it might actually be a slimmer scoreline, to be honest, but we'll have to wait and see. There's still 40 minutes of this second half to go. Corner to come in from Modu Barrow. They've taken off Jack Cork and they've brought on someone else. And Fernandez! Oh, he hits the bar. What a header. It wasn't even a decent technique on it. He had to stoop to try and get his head to it. And it was flying towards that top corner, coming back off the post. That's the closest Swansea have come to a goal back. But they've still got possession here. They still could cause me issues. And Ki Sung-Young's just come on and Pizarro takes it away from him, but fires wide of the target. Ki clearly, obviously disappointed with his teammate for not letting him get on the end of that. What a waste of a shot that was. Tabanu tackled by Antonio. Get it quickly inside there to Navarrete. And if I can time the pass right, the pass is right. We've set Lozano through. Oh, what a save again. Loftus-Cheek. I can't get this shot off. Tackle in. Keep that in. I'll tell you what, Fabianski has made some ridiculous saves in this game. A couple of them very impressive, including that one-on-one. You can see top left now, we've had 10 shots in this game to their 5, but we've only scored 1 goal, and that is clearly down to the performance of their Polish goalkeeper. It's caused me all sorts of frustrations here, and the longer it stays at 1-0, the more than likely they are of getting themselves an equaliser. But for now, we stay at 1-0, but we might not for long, but Watson with a comfortable save there. I'm waiting for them to start pushing men forward in search of the equaliser, similar to how Burnley did, and then I'm going to try and catch them on the counter like we did in the last game. Navarrete not strong enough to hold off Fernandez there, but time's running out for Swansea. There's 5 minutes to go. Here's Barrow. Oh, that heavy touch has completely killed off his chances of getting to that. Gibbs will get this to Greco, quickly in there to Paredes. Gibbs has gone again. That was meant for him, but Lozano will put pressure on the defender, and he's put his keeper into a bad position there, but I'm not able to get to him before he clears it. A 1-0 victory against Swansea. that was what felt like an easier game than the one against Burnley, but again, Swansea keeping 60% of possession. Wow. Well, 3 points in back-to-back games. Everton lose. That's vital for the top four race. Burnley lose again, unfortunately for them. All of the games were a goal to nil. Ours, Villa's, Palace's and Middlesbrough, all home teams won by a goal to nil. That's strange. Oh well. Right, up next is Liverpool, and they are currently down in 15th. So I'd like to think I can get a win against them, but at the end of the day, they are Liverpool, so there's always a chance that they could beat me. Here's Markovic down the right for Liverpool. An early cross that only reaches Davinson Sanchez, although the footwork there of Navarrete let me down, and here's Brannigan trying to force something for Liverpool here, but Hernan puts an end to it, but I can't stop them from getting a corner. In the opening 6 minutes, corner flag still waving around in the wind. Markovic loops it in. Up we go. Great wins the header, but over the bar goes the ball. Liverpool having the first chance of the game. It's not, again, a very strong Liverpool starting lineup that they've played here. So I'm not sure what sort of performance to expect from them. But they just have not had a good season at all. So we'll have to wait and see whether the performance reflects that or whether they actually turn up here in front of their home fans. But so far, I'm not necessarily turning up, playing some rather rubbish football right now. In the opening 10 minutes or so, I will need to improve if we're to get anything out of this game. Gini Wijnaldum down the left, but we've forced him backwards to Davinson Sanchez. And he almost ran the ball out of play himself there. Joe Gomez picks up the loose ball as it deflects off the defender. And again, forcing him backwards into Stewart, who I remember scored a goal against me last time we played Liverpool. Oh, Markovic with the turn. Good block. It's going to drop here to Danny Ings. And Watson with the save. Clark Salter gets it clear. I think actually we lost to Liverpool, didn't we, back at home? I've got a distinct memory of me being rather frustrated at a couple of goals they scored and them actually running out 3-1 or 3-2 winners. I might be mistaken, and feel free to correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think I lost to Liverpool last time I played them, so it might be nice to try and pick up a victory this time around, especially considering the top four race is so ridiculously tight at the top of the table. Lozano, back to Paredes. In commentary, they're mentioning the fact that we have the best away record in the league at this stage, which isn't that surprising considering how strong a season we've had. We have the best defensive record in the Premier League as well. So we are putting up good numbers for the season with regards, how well we're defending, how well we're scoring goals going the other way, and just in general the overall standard of our performances this season. So I'm very, very pleased with our opening year at Premier League level. To be fair, we came up from the Championship with a team that, ratings-wise and just general ability-wise, was far superior to anything you would see in real life from a team coming up from the Championship. So the fact that we've jumped up to this level and immediately being able to compete at the very top isn't that much of a surprise. We've got an 89 rated Cam, we've got an 86 rated winger, we've got a number now, especially after January, of 80 plus rated players. It's not really that much of a surprise that the team we have is competing at the level it is. It's just perhaps not necessarily what you would expect to see immediately after a team gets promoted from the Championship. But obviously it's a video game and our players have grown superbly well throughout the entirety of this series. When we were in League 2, we had a side that was probably better than League 2 standard. League 1, we had a side that was probably better than Championship standard. When we were in the Championship, we had a team that was already good enough to compete at the mid-level of Premier League standard, and now obviously in the Premier League, our team is as good as the rest of the top four. So I'm expecting big things from next season when we get into European competition, but that will be the big test, taking this side and this club from domestic competition and into European competition and seeing if we can compete at the top level there as we have here. Although that said, we haven't really ever done that well in a domestic cup. The furthest we got in a cup was the semi-final in the FA Cup to get to Wembley, and that was I'd have thrown that straight to Andre Wisdom, and that was in season 1 when we were in League 2. Since then we've really underperformed in the domestic trophies, so perhaps next season, whilst yes we will be performing in Europe, it might be nice to actually do something in a domestic cup as well, and maybe go for an FA Cup or a Football League Cup title as well as trying to prove ourselves in Europe. But so far in this game, I'm not really proving myself as being much of a force. Playing some okay football, but I keep getting the ball picked off in the final third, and then we're winning it back. But I just can't seem to find that final pass right now. 10 minutes to go till half-time. We stay at 0-0. Lozano quickly into Antonio. He's got a man on his shoulder, but he's turned well. It's one thing I've enjoyed about Antonio's game is his sheer physicality. I love having someone that's that tall and fast and physically strong as well. It's a lovely ball through to Navarrete, and unfortunately Simon Mignolet makes a very good save to stop me from putting that into the back of the net. We'll put the cross in with Navarrete from the corner. I really should have scored there with that opportunity, to be completely honest, but the clearest either side have had so far, and now they've got me really on the counter-attack. Gini Wijnaldum trying to push himself into the corner here, but he's obviously going to have to turn back inside, so I don't want to overcommit there. Groits across here to Danny Ings, whose shot is well blocked by Greco. Ings beats him to the loose ball though. Dink back in. Now it would be a corner to Liverpool at the other end. It's getting a bit stretched now towards the end of the first half, although this will probably be the final opportunity of the period. And Ings has flicked that backwards. It just hit Kieran Gibbs. Thankfully, dropped to the hands of my goalkeeper, otherwise that really could have caused me some problems. But that's going to be 0-0 at half-time. Greco into Lozano. Turn back and get that to Greco again. Now, can I turn inside? Yes, we can. Across to Kieran Trippier. Why is it... Oh, actually, wasn't that far away. But why does it have to be my right back that's arriving on the edge of the box for the final opportunity? Liverpool making a substitution here. Not sure who's come on, but we'll have to wait and see. But that's another chance for me. Mignolet made just the one save so far, and my keeper 6. But no goals to this point. Groits into Matip. Williams out wide here to Gini Wijnaldum. Liverpool still on the attack here. Clark-Salter clears though. Catch them on the counter maybe, although I've not really got many people forward, and even though I had someone to aim for there, I still misplaced my pass. Danny Ings to Markovic, using his pace to get around the outside. Into the middle. Oh, that's vital interception. Not once but twice by two separate defenders, but it's dropped to Milner on the edge of the box. Groits with the 1-2. Milner! Wide of the target. More let-offs here. The red waves just keep flying towards my goal, and oh, it's great football, brilliant football. And if Milner had hit the target there, surely that would have been 1-0. There goes the final whistle at Anfield, and it's a 0-0 draw. They probably deserve to get a win from that. I might count myself a little bit lucky. Only 2 shots. Wow, I do count myself a little bit lucky to have come away with a point from that one. I don't know what the league table looks like now. There's only 5 games remaining, I think, in the season now. I think that was week 33 or match day 33 for us. Not sure what the league table looks like with regards to the top 4 race or even the title race, but we've got just 48 hours between the game against Liverpool and the game against Newcastle. We are second in the table. Manchester United 3 points ahead of us. It is match day 5. Match day 33. So it's 5 games to go. Spurs and Chelsea and Everton and West Ham and Manchester City, although City are a little bit further behind. So Spurs, Chelsea, Everton and West Ham all have a game in hand on us. So Spurs could come up to 62 and be a point behind us and level with Arsenal. And Chelsea, Everton and West Ham could all come up to 59 points. So the battle for the top 4 is still red hot. And we're still in touching distance of Manchester United, but we still have Arsenal and Spurs and Everton, I think, still to play. I know we've definitely got Arsenal to play and Spurs. There's Newcastle, Arsenal, Spurs, Southampton and West Ham. And West Ham are up there as well, aren't they? They're one of the chasing pack. So some big games to come between now and the end of the season. We face 3 of the sides we're fighting for a top 4 spot in the final 5 games. It's going to be a real nail-biting finish to the season. But that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too if you haven't to this point. I'll see you next time.